This year, when I went back to my hometown, I stocked the villa's courtyard pond with a whole school of piranhas. I also put a massive corn snake in my study, along with a bunch of big black spiders. Then I just waited quietly for my ex to show up and knock. Last life, while I was away for the new year, she snuck her whole family into my villa for the holidays. They not only slept in my bed, they cracked open my expensive wine, and her two nephews wrecked all my figures. Half a year later when I came back, the place was a total mess. I was furious. When I went to hold her accountable, my ex Liu Ruyan tried to morally blackmail me by live streaming a suicide attempt. The clueless viewers online ended up hating my guts for it. They smashed up my company and pelted me with rotten eggs. Liu Ruyan's older sister even ran me over with her car and sent me flying 10 meters. Now that I've been reborn, I'm definitely going to give her a new year she'll never forget. This time I'm going to make her pay myself. Overnight I called up a good buddy and had him move all my koi to the pond at his villa for safekeeping. They're staying there for now. Those few koi together are worth over 2 million. No way I'm letting Liu Ruyan's family ruin them again. Once the koi were gone, the pond looked pretty empty. So I called a friend who's into aquariums and said I wanted something a bit more vicious. Next morning, he showed up with a big box of piranhas and 2 huge snapping turtles. I had him dump the piranhas straight into the pond and throw some floating plants on top to cover the surface. Snapping turtles are brutal, so I told him to keep them in a big water tank out back. My friend said these things are nasty. Once they smell blood, they can strip a whole goose down to the bone in seconds. I was very pleased. Then I asked him, "Got any good reptiles to recommend? I'm not going to be home for the new year, so I want something to scare off burglars." He got it right away. "How about a giant corn snake? It's non-venomous but huge. Looks terrifying. I've also got harmless big black spiders. They look really intimidating too." I nodded. After I finished setting everything up, I went to see Liu Ruyan, put all the evidence of her cheating on the table, and broke up with her on the spot, kicking her out of the villa. Then I changed the code on the door lock. But with New Year coming up, she still had the nerve to block my gate. "Fang Yuan, why did you change the code on your place? I can't even get in. We already broke up." "Of course I changed it. You're not welcome here. You disgust me. At least we were together for a while. How can you be this heartless? That guy had a wife all along. I've already broken up with him. I don't even have a place to stay now. You're going back home anyway. The house is going to be empty." Liu Ruyan had been to my place before. She knew this villa of mine looked plain from the outside, but was insanely luxurious inside. The storage room was packed with all kinds of food. Even if they never stepped outside, they could eat and drink there till the Lantern Festival. "You've got nowhere to stay? How is that my problem? Your whole family could drop dead on the street and I wouldn't care. You're not welcome in my house." I shoved her aside, went back inside, and checked the video doorbell. Liu Ruyan dropped the sweet act she used to put on for me. "I'm only asking nicely out of respect for you. Once you leave for home, I'll just have the lock picked. This place is mine for the holiday." Looking at her arrogant face, I smiled, not out of anger, but from excitement, because I'd been reborn. I knew exactly what was coming. In my previous life, as soon as I left town, she got a petty thief from her village to pick the lock. Then she swaggered in with her whole family and moved into my home. They slowly emptied my pantry, drank all the good liquor I'd been saving for years, cooked every premium dish from my freezer, and even snuck my designer stuff out of the walk-in closet to sell. Her sister even cooked the 9 most expensive koi in my pond. And that wasn't even the worst part. The worst part was her 2 nephews. Destroyed every figure on my study walls, leaving nothing intact. A lot of those figures were limited editions, pieces I'd hunted for over years, worth millions, and every bit of my passion. When I finally came back after New Year, I found they'd been living there the whole time. I called the police on the spot and demanded compensation. But Liu Ruyan and her divorced sister with 2 kids didn't have a cent to their names. They threw tantrums, rolled on the floor, and screamed, "No money? Only our lives if you want something," to morally blackmail me even more. Liu Ruyan even live-streamed outside my gate at night. She told everyone I was rich with a big house, but still heartless enough to throw her out and call the cops just for crashing a few nights. A ton of clueless viewers online ended up hating me for it. In the end, their greed and stupidity got me killed. Now that I've come back to life, I'm going to have some fun with them this time. Next day, I hired a professional moving crew to pack up every figure in my study and move them to another apartment. Didn't want her nephews trashing them again. Then I had them box up everything of value at home. That included all the luxury goods and multiple antique vases in the living room. Of course, I couldn't leave the house looking too empty, so I bought a few potted plants. If it was poisonous, I put it inside. As for toiletries, I swapped everything out for expired products. The good liquor in the storage room, all replaced with cheap counterfeits. What, I'm rich and clueless? Buying fake booze happens, right? All the premium frozen seafood was swapped with rotten leftovers nobody wanted.
They like seafood so much?
They can knock themselves out. Before I left, I called a team in to install a dozen hidden cameras behind the painting in the entryway. Along the stairs, every key spot needed one. The more hidden, the better. I wanted to see everything that happened at home and keep the footage as evidence for the police. After a while, the giant corn snake and the black spiders I ordered were delivered too. I locked the huge corn snake in the study and let the spiders loose in my closet. Once everything was ready, I casually dragged my suitcase to the door. On my way out, I bolted a custom metal warning sign to the gate. "Danger, aggressive pets inside. Do not enter. Enter at your own risk." Nice. Perfect. This way, whatever happens to them, has nothing to do with me. I did warn them. But I knew, with Liu Ruyan's personality, there's no way she'd back off. She's dying to drive a luxury car, live in a villa, and act like she's above everyone. After I left, I took the high-speed rail out of town. First thing I did on the train was pull up the security cams at home, including the one by the front gate. At first, everything was quiet. I wondered if my rebirth had changed things, and maybe her family wouldn't come this time. Would all my prep just go to waste? But after lunch, when I checked the cameras again, there was finally some action. Sure enough, Liu Ruyan didn't disappoint. She showed up with a locksmith from her village. After paying him 200, she had him pick my front door. Once she got inside and saw how clean everything was, she got so happy she handed the guy another 500 and had him swap out the gate's fingerprint lock. Then she took a knife and pried off my warning sign before tossing it into the roadside ditch. She had no idea. The camera under the eaves caught everything in HD. After the locksmith left, she rushed to the storage room. She saw shelves full of booze, a freezer stuffed with food, and lit up. Look at all this food. Once my sister and the kids get here, we're eating like kings. She went back to the living room, turned on the floor heating, and started watching my TV on the couch. 2 hours later, she went out again, probably to pick up her sister and the 2 nephews. Right now, I'm just waiting.